Hey, what's going on, world? Once again, it's your boy Modest came me. Got the Dadpod. I got my boy Franklin with me.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Franklin Bishop. I am from Black Cali's finest, but
Finest.
the finest. Just relocated back to Black, man, from Las Vegas. Been out there living it up in the city, man. It's been a great time, man. But you know what? The thing that brought me back was my kids.
Don't.
Man.
I thought he was gonna go Midas. I'm like, don't lie.
You had something to do with it too, man. You know I miss you, man. But no, man. You know what, man? I can't stay away from it, man, from the kids, man.
Absolutely.
And some people do say this town does have the curse on you, man. Once you out here and it gets attached.
The black hole.
The black hole. The black hole of
But
life.
I thought of something because you said it. I'm sure you've seen the movie Miss Doubtfire.
Yes.
Right. I fucking hate that movie, honestly. Now, I don't know.
You
When's the
hate
last time you watched it?
I watched Miss Doubtfire about like a year ago.
Yeah, the mom's a bitch. I hate.
Okay, the mom. Yes, the mom was, man. She was.
In every way I can think of, I'm like, okay, look, I get it. He wasn't so responsible, whatever, but she was a bitch. She was gonna pay Miss Doubtfire instead of like the dad could. Anyway, anyway, where I was going with the whole thing, bro, was you were saying, with your kids or whatever. What you were saying, it reminded me of the ending line with Robin Williams, where he's telling the judge, my kids. Like saying I can't see my kids is like saying I can't breathe.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
And that's what it made me think of when he said that. Like,
I believe that, man, wholeheartedly, man.
Straight up.
I want to say, man, my kids are part of my lifeline, man. My kids
Facts.
are my biggest reason why. My biggest reason why for everything. Why I do what I do.
Everything.
Why I'm motivated as I
Everything.
am. The things that would cause me to put a little distance between my kids, because understanding that even when I'm way out there, when I was way out there in Vegas, yeah, that was a sacrifice I had to make.
Absolutely.
To be away from my kids. But did I provide for them a hell of a lot better because the jobs were paying more? There was a lot more financial opportunities. I was able to bring my kids out there to Vegas. They're like, oh my gosh, Dad, you're doing amazing out here.
And that's what a dad, I guess, is. That's what a lot of it is, right?
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice is a big part of that. Sacrifice. I mean, I think being a parent is about sacrifice, and I nowadays,
Absolutely.
Nowadays, I think some people see that sacrifice as being selfish, but I don't see it that way, because here's the thing. Like, here's one thing that I've watched over the years. Like, I want to say, let's go back to like when my parents were growing up. Old school parents would be like, you know what? They would tell kids, I gave up everything for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And almost make you feel bad. Like, what? You give everything for me? Like,
yeah,
I gave up everything for you. I stopped doing what I did.
You don't want to make your kids feel bad, though.
Yeah, you don't ever want to do that.
Not that it ain't true.
But it's not true.
Uh-huh.
But I think for the most part, your kids should be the reason why you make some sacrifice. You know what? If my parent had to sacrifice time, 6 months' time, a year's time, for them to build a better life for me, for us to be better, you know what? I can look at my father, because I don't understand how an adult lives. I'm a child. I don't understand what an adult needs to do. So I need to remain in my spot as a child and understand, like, you know what? This is what my dad. Yeah, I might feel some type of way, but my dad shows up with that Nintendo 64, that VR.
That conversation, right?
Yeah.
In a lot of these dad pods or whatever I've done, I say it often. My dad was a evil genius. I promise you, this guy was so smart on how to deal with people to get the best out of them. Now, growing up, I didn't like it. I honestly hated him at a point. But once I got to understand, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
But like with the sacrifice thing you were saying, it made me think of a couple people. One was like Seth Rogen. Another one was John Cena, right? Though neither one of them have kids. Very famous. Plenty of money, and
John Cena don't have kids.
No, there's a lot of interviews.
You can't see them,
and people, How you gonna have kids? You can't see them.
Can't see them, man.
That's kind of funny. anyway, so both of them have had quite a bunch of interviews where people kind of look down on them for not having kids, right? But John Cena, I watched this one recently, is why I'm bringing it up. He explained, in a sense like that, he is selfish. He wants to use his time to do what he's been doing. Yes. He wants to go and explore and whatever it is, and his wife's on the same page. She doesn't want kids. She's not pressing him, right? So to me, if you don't want kids, I don't know why people press for that. Like, you have to. Oh, y'all married? You ain't got no kids? Bro, they're rich. They go do whatever they want whenever they want. And I wholeheartedly believe in that. Like you're saying, to have kids You can't be selfish.
No, you can't.
You can't.
No,
There's no fucking option.
There is no
selfish, right?
It's always sacrifice.
Always.
You're sacrificing. You're sacrificing a lot. You're sacrificing time with your kids. You're sacrificing time with yourself.
Time with that.
Everybody.
And I love this.
You know what I mean?
We did not have this as a topic, but
no, we didn't.
Sacrifice. I love that concept, right? Because like in this sense with my kids, I'm actually the one that is sacrificing my time and some of the stuff I can do because I want to give them my time, right? I feel like I should do music all the time, right? Take your ass in your room. I got shit to do.
Leave me alone. I'm doing music. I'm making this track.
But I don't.
Yeah.
But all my kids have they when I'm recording, they understand to be quiet. Like even my son, my newest, he's about to be a year, right? When I record, I'll hold him in my arm. He's silent.
Oh, he's silent.
Silent.
Man, he's waiting to get on that hook.
He already knows. But that's what I mean. My kids, I've done it so long. My kids know, how to be quiet. But as far as like you're saying, sacrificing. How many hours should I have did music or whatever it is, but I was with my kids, right? So that's where the sacrifice comes. That concept comes in.
No, I like that. And here's another thing. One quick question: like, should parents be allowed to be a little bit selfish? Like, let's say you and your wife, should we be allowed to be a little bit selfish?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. To even have a weekend to be like, you know what? I don't want to deal with the kids. I want us to have that time.
I don't think. Absolutely. There's no question in my mind.
Yeah.
Whether you do have I do have my wife, right? So. We definitely do try to pick like Fridays. We're gonna drink, we're gonna hang out. I mean, my baby's there, but in a sense of that's our time.
Yes.
So definitely, I think. And then when the baby does get older, same thing. I don't think it is selfish. The only way to have a solid family is for you and your wife to be
have that time together, have that alone time
to be. I
agree with you. I think it does make for a better to build a very continuity between the family itself.
I think so.
You and that husband, you and your partner, your wife, your whoever your domestic partner, however you want to name it. I think it's important that you guys have that time alone.
And like you use the word selfish, right?
Yes.
I mean, we were just using it. I'm not saying that. That's your feeling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I get that, but that was just the word that was used.
Mm-hmm.
So. That I think is also a part of as you raise your kids, that your kids understand that is an important part of being married.
Yes.
Right? Both like on the last Dadpod I did where I was talking to Chris, my daughter, she goes, I just want a relationship like you and mama. Right? Mm-hmm. And it was like, that's a good thing to hear. Because that means I'm showing my kids how a marriage should be. Yes. So that was a good thing. However, don't get it twisted. There ain't no fairy tale.
No,
you think me and your mama don't be back here, right?
Ready to squabble up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so.
But yes.
Yeah.
No, I understand. Like I tell my daughter's 13, man. She's the oldest.
Getting there.
No, she's 14.
Okay.
She's 14. Now she feel like she's big grown now.
Yep.
But one thing I do love about my daughter does not mind watching, being there for her and her little brothers while me and her mom go out for dinner, while me and her mom go hang out.
How old you said the younger ones are?
My youngest one is 4 years old. My youngest one is 4, and then my son Lorenzo, he's 9. So he's good. Lorenzo, he's gonna play his game. He's gonna be in the world of Roblox and VR all night. You know what I mean?
Don't gotta watch him.
Ain't gotta watch him at all. Like, man, you put the VR in front of his face.
Make sure he eats, baby.
Yeah, and make sure every device around him is charged up because he goes from one device to the next. But like my daughter understands that, like, hey, you know what? Mom and dad need this time together. You know what I mean? And she's okay with that. She sees what we do. She sees us happy. And just like you said, don't think for 1 second that everything's all like Candyland, around here. Like, because we have to have a space as well to let out that energy so we can come back and be better parents for our children, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say, parents do need that time alone to themselves, whether it's to be romantic, intimate, to have fun, to laugh with each other.
Just be fucking lazy.
To not do a damn thing.
Man, I'm so thankful for my mother. Like, she watches my kid all the time if we need it.
Oh, man.
And I can't tell you how many times she watched them, and me and my wife just went to sleep. I'm tired. Let's just go to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna sleep today.
But yeah, quite a bit of relationships, especially once kids are involved, whether you're married or not. it does come down to stuff like that. Yeah. You forget how to be romantic or, that kind of way because you are a mom and dad now. You know, yes. I seen this meme. It was kind of funny to me, but it goes, after you and your wife do the unspeakable, then you got to come out the room and be a parent again.
like you ain't just sweaty face for no reason. Hey, kids, you want some chicken nuggets? Want some dino nuggets? Yeah. Hey, Daddy, what were you doing? Pilates, son. Pilates.
Yeah.
He was doing Pilates.
We wrestling. Your mama did not win.
Hey, I don't even want to touch my kids. I feel filthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Daddy, give me a hug. Like, no, man.
But that's, I do believe those things are important. Yeah. And sometimes our responsibility is to get a little hard and too much, and I think that shouldn't be forgotten. But let's move on to these.
No, that was great. That's a great intro right there, man.
That wasn't even needed. I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah.
But the next one was absent parents, right?
Oh man.
So it doesn't really matter women or men, but because we are on this, and I might hurt some feelings a little bit right here. I might hurt some feelings.
That's all right.
But the statistics show kids do better with single fathers than they do single mothers.
That is true.
Statistically
speaking, yes, single fathers have done extremely well.
For me, this is one of the reasons. I'm not saying the reason. I'm not a psychiatrist, but what I'm saying is, from what I've seen in the past 10 years, this would be one of my number one reasons. The whole concept of toxic masculinity. Man, that would be one of my number ones, right?
Say that word again.
Right? Toxic masculinity.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That word is stupid. So where I'm going with this was this, right? How can we be toxic if the child has never experienced the man,
That's
right?
True.
Also, like we were saying earlier, let's say my child's riding a bike, okay? He gonna bust his ass. It's a fact.
Yeah.
When he busts his ass, mama does what?
Oh, my baby! What happened?
Okay.
Come on over here. We're going to get you, baby.
Now, again, I'm not saying
that's not wrong.
There's moments that's needed, right?
You need that love. You know.
However, I'm not raising a girl. I'm raising a man.
Yes.
Right? You ever see me fall like anybody? Any adult see me fall and cry?
Nah.
Even if I did. Would you help me up?
I'm not helping you up.
You cry, baby, bitch.
You got down there. You better get up, baby.
And so that's what we have to teach our children, right? So, like that with the whole difference.
Yeah.
Oh, like I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. I was waiting for this shit, right? I watched this TikTok, and it was great. There was 3 single women and a single father, and so the question was, if you knew you were gonna die, what advice would you give your child? Okay. Pretty much all 3 of the women said, I tell him to live his best life, do what he wants, And so the guy goes, and that's why my son would fuck your son up. it was hilarious. Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
However, his point was solid. This was the reason being. He said, I'm going to tell my son, life ain't fucking easy.
Nah.
It ain't rainbows.
Nope.
You gonna get pushed down, treated like shit, right?
Yes.
You need to figure out who the fuck you are, and then when you get strong enough, take care of those people around you.
Yes.
That's what he said. So then the females respond, so you would tell your son to be violent? Da, da, da. Yeah, I didn't say that. I didn't tell my son to be violent. I didn't say to be a bully. But this is the thing. If you don't know the darkness, you don't know the light.
No,
if you've never been through violence, you don't know how to have peace.
Nope, you don't.
And I loved it, right?
You know what?
Because
I feel that 100%.
Right? I have this conversation pretty often. 8 years ago, let's say. I mean, I've known how to wrestle most of my life.
Right.
But I learned how to box about 8 years ago. And I'm not, like, when I say I'm telling you, like, I'm good at this shit. If I would have found boxing before music, I probably would have boxed.
Okay.
I'm good at, like, I always give this example. Spider-Man, remember with Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
And the punch goes, and he's like,
Oh, that was you?
Like, straight
up.
up
You was
on my life.
Senses, man.
Because I danced my whole life, right? The crumping.
It'd have been Mike Romero versus
like,
Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying, on Netflix.
I told my son, I said, dude, if I was famous, bro, I'd have been fought Jake Paul. I'd have whooped his goddamn dude. Like he's. Anyway, we all know.
Hey, anyway, man, I might get in touch with Jake Paul's people, man. We gonna set that up, man, out here, man. We gonna do it at the Blight Fairgrounds, man. Get it poppin'.
Like that, like right as I learned to box. Right, my attitude adjusted a little different.
Yeah.
We ain't playing that. You wanna let's go, you know. But those kind of concepts, I guess, different between women and men. Like I always say, growing up, my mom, very Christian, turned the other cheek. My dad goes, "You only got two cheeks."
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? And that is a difference, like you're saying, men and women.
That's right. No, man, you know, to piggyback off that, man, dude, your mother and father have something a lot in common with my mother and father, because my dad was the same way. My mom was a Bible thumper. My mom was a Bible, oh, baby, spare the rise for the child, you know what I'm saying? Let he who is not without sin cast first. Oh, my mom had Bible verse for days, so every situation I came into, and she was the same thing. You got to turn the other cheek, baby. My dad was like, look, you only got two cheeks. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's one in your face and the one you're in. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, my dad did teach me how to be. Not so much, he taught me that grit, how to be tough, that there are going to be situations in life that a peaceful talk is not going to be able to handle. It won't work. It will not work. You know what I mean? Someone's going to grab things that belong to me, and I need to be able to take it back. And if I'm not strong to take it back, guess what? It's tooken. Now, my mom, you know what, baby? Don't worry about it. What God bless you with, he going to bless you with again, baby. You know what I mean? And I love my mom for those words like that. But at the same time, I'm like, nah, Mom, I just got punked for my Nintendo 3DS. You know?
All that you're saying, like, I'm thankful that I had similar, like you're saying, those kind of parents.
You got to have the balance. And I think parents like that.
Like you as well.
Yeah.
Got the heart from your mother.
Yes. The heart came from my mother. The toughness, the ruggedness came from my father.
That's what it's supposed to be in a home.
Yes.
Right? It's supposed to be that way, you know? And like you're saying with that, because my dad said, you know, once they touch you, peace treaty over.
Yeah.
All the
way over.
But my dad also was... He'll touch you all the time, like it don't gotta be that serious for him to put his motherfucking hands on you, right? You know, so I did have to adjust, but like you're saying with that, you know, it really to me, especially now, right? We've talked about this, other ways. People don't fight no more, man. They fucking shoot you.
They don't. It's a dangerous world. And honestly, and I would say that this had just happened in the adult world, but nah, even kids nowadays. You got kids taking knives to school. Absolutely. You got kids being violent already at a young age. At the age of 12, 13, 14 years old.
And stuff going. Yeah,
it's horrible and it's dangerous,
and so,
you know.
And that to me again is back to with the parent thing. Yeah. Most of these houses do not have two parent homes, and you know. The lack of the father, honestly, you know, again, statistics, they're there. You know, I don't care what you guys want to say, the stats are there.
Yes.
Fatherless homes, like 8 out of 10 have more violent kids.
They breed more problems. Put like this, there's institutions out there that are housed by fatherless home people, you know what I mean? Like kids, men that came from fatherless homes. And that's just the point.
Don't get it wrong. It's not to say there's not strong mothers that can raise.
I can say that my mom for real, my mom whooped the gangster out of me. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying.
My mom whooped the thug out of me. I wasn't gonna lie. I think I was like 8th grade, man. And I thought I was about to be put on with Southside and about to fuck it out and everything else. And I got my little pants sagging. I got a little bandana hanging out my pocket. My mom just caught the top of my cheek hanging out. Was like, oh, this boy think he doing something. She came up with that belt, licked it with the blood of Jesus, and was just like, bow. She laid it to me real quick. I'm like, hey, y'all, I can't be a gangster no more, man. I got to go to choir rehearsal on Sunday. But you know what? My mom was that strong woman that's like, even though that if my father wasn't there, she was strong enough to know, like, you know what? I'm about to raise this boy to be a man. I'm still about to raise him to be straight. He's not going to go out there and be no idiot. And I'm not about to allow anything to corrupt him. And she kept me on track and in line. And mind you, we're missing more mothers like that, though. Because,
and that's what I mean.
Yeah, we are missing more mothers who are going to be.
Not every mother is able to do that.
Nah.
And it doesn't mean that they're weak.
No, absolutely not.
In any way. And so, honestly, with this, it makes me think of more. Mm-hmm. With the whole relationship, you know, mother, father, wife, husband, women now for sure are confused. They all want to be these independent bad bitches, right?
Oh, man.
So with this concept, I give it quite often with my wife. What made me really fall for her was she didn't need me. but she wanted me, right?
Yes.
And so now, I mean, we've been married long enough and together. I'm like, I'd be like, you ain't even kind of independent no more. Yeah, I'm doing everything, right? But I mean, that's the job. You know, that's I spoiled her. That's my wife. I spoiled her. But women now are too independent. I don't need a man for nothing. And so the thing is, I mean, I get what you're saying. However, you do.
Yes.
I'm not looking for another man. I don't need a female that does what I do.
No, absolutely not.
I need a female that's sensitive, soft, caring.
Yes, nurturing. You know what I mean?
Like a lot of these women with the whole like traditional housewife, cleans, take care. Like, what's wrong about that? Like, I generally don't understand why that's a problem.
There's something wrong with gender roles, man.
Yeah,
There's
so
something
I'm
wrong
not
with
saying you should allow a man to mistreat you, right?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, if the man works and makes all the money, you don't pay for nothing.
Yes.
What does it matter if you're home cleaning?
I will say it like this: if the man that you're with is deserving of the treatment of that, then give it to him. Yeah. If he's not, then don't. Or y'all should just go your separate ways in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And
don't be afraid of it. Yeah.
That goes for male or female. If a man is with a woman who's not giving what he's looking for, leave. You know what I mean? Don't create a whole fucking family. Don't create a whole tribe and be like, oh, this ain't happening for me, and then expect somebody else to take care of that. Because no matter what, man or woman, there's going to be a woman that's going to step in and be a stepmama. There's going to be a man that's going to step in and be a stepdaddy to these kids who never had any great stability in their lives, and somebody's gonna have to end up picking up the pieces. You know what I mean? No matter what. You know, but like I said, you know, it comes to if a man is deserving of that treatment, should be. You know, and I would say most men really are nowadays. Most men do want to court a woman
within a certain age category.
Within a certain age category, men do want to court a woman. It's like, hey, I want to take you on a date,
and it's like, right?
This.
A lot of these, most of them younger, but with a court of women.
Yeah. Listen
to the music right now from most females.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Was it my pussy brown? Was my pussy pink? My asshole brown? Like, Sexy Red?
Look.
Right? WAP?
Sexy Red killed it.
So, but that's what I'm saying.
WAP killed it.
As far as
she said, I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring.
When we grew up.
Not happening.
Right. It was always men sexualize women.
Yeah.
Now women sexualize themselves.
They do.
So with this, like you're saying, I don't cook, I don't clean, whatever. How could you expect a man to feel whatever, right? I always, like growing up, we always heard, why are you going to buy the milk if you got the cow for free?
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And so, again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with exploring and going to do your thing. But what I'm saying is, once you know you're a valuable woman, the
woman of value, you know,
be that. Be that. Because men will see that shit.
I don't mind seeing a woman of value. Like, I don't
at all.
I'm not mad about a woman who says I'm a boss bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm bossing up whatever I'm on. You know what? I feel that. But make sure you hold that to your chest the whole way. Like, I don't mind a woman who says she can take care of herself. You know what? I'm with that. Because even if I do come in and I say, hey, you know, I got you on this, I got you on that, I at least want a woman to say, hey, you know what? I got this on my own. Or, you know what? I got you. You know what I'm saying? Do we got each other? You know what I mean? But I think that's just what we're lacking nowadays. I think that the whole men and women roles and what we expect, the expectations, and you know, I'm not trying to like jump subject because we're still talking about like the differences between like men and women when it comes to parenting, the parenting styles between that. You know what I mean?
But that is preventing.
Yeah, it does because
and like you're saying with the roles, whatever. Like that's another one where I don't, not to say men haven't fucked up some of these scenarios, but I don't know why women feel less to be a house mom or whatever it is. Like I said, I want a partner, right? I can do quite a bit.
Yes.
I need her to do what I can do. I don't need her to do what I can do. I can take the trash out too. I don't need you to. Right? I can take my car off. I don't need you.
Hey, mow that lawn and change the lights around here. Change the L filter around here.
I need you to do what I can. Right. So like in this scenario, again, a lot of people nowadays always go to cleaning. I'll wash the dishes. That shit don't mean nothing.
Cleaning is trivial nowadays,
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, like we said, sometimes when my son busts his ass on that bike, I gotta say, get the fuck up.
Yes.
But not all times. Sometimes he really fucking hurt himself.
Yes.
That's when mama
goes
over there and goes,
because I don't know how to be that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to be a team.
Yes.
We don't need to have the same qualities, concepts.
And we're supposed to be different because you're right. You are there to be tough, strong, strength. That's what you're there for. You're the male. You're the father. We're the father. We're supposed to be there for strength. Yeah, I don't know how to like be super soft and emotional for my son. If he did really bust ass, like, damn, he need help, and I'm like, oh son, shit, you gonna be all right, man. You gonna talk. He needs that mom that's gonna be like, baby, I got you, and pick him up and coddle him. He needs that. He don't need daddy right now. Daddy's gonna come through afterward. When he get that cast on his leg, hey, yo, son, want me to sign this for you? You know what I mean? But, hey, son, you made it through this, man. You good. You tough. Like, we give that, but that reinforcement afterwards. But it needs to be a team effort and not be seen like, well, you're being such a guy right now. Don't be like that. And like, no, you gotta understand. This is what I know.
No, it's true
what I mean?
sometimes, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say sometimes I'm not a little much.
Yeah.
My dad was a much. So I'm not gonna say I don't get those moments. But again, that's where the partner comes in. You know, partner has to understand you, your values, your points.
Yes.
And be able to go, yeah, but this time you are being, you know what I mean?
You being a little much.
My son, I remember, now, it ended to be just what I thought. My son wasn't hurt like I thought. But he's being a fucking baby, and I called him out on it. I don't remember what it was, but I told him to do something. He goes, well, my leg hurt. So, well, your fucking arms don't. And my wife goes, stop being so mean or something. You know, a couple hours later, he's fine. I'm like, you fake it.
I told you.
I fucking fake it.
But look, man.
You know, but
let it come to your daughter. Let it come to your daughter. Bro, I would scorch the earth for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? If I hear my daughter like cry about a stomach ache, my stomach hurt. Baby girl, what's wrong? Who did it to you? He like, I am that stand-up guy for my daughter. Like, I will scorch the earth for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? My daughter knows that if anything happens, I'm there for her because you know what? That's what we should be for our men. That's the picture that we should be painting for our daughters. If we have daughters, we should be showing them exactly what they should look for in men when they get older. They should be looking for that protector, that constant provider, that person who's going to be there for them consistently, 100%. Absolutely. Which is also a big thing of how we as men treat their mothers, because that's another factor that these young women look at. It's also our young men look at as well too. Definitely. Because I don't want my son to look at me talking to his mom a certain way and be like, oh damn.
How many of them dumbass videos are you seeing with them young kids like, give me my bubble or else? Like,
man, I would uppercut the hell out of my.
Exactly.
I had the scenario. It's like a little dude. I'm grown. I'm grown being on this chest.
Damn thing.
I like what?
I always remember a certain moment.
You look like me when I was little.
It was my daughter. But I think it was my daughter. But I remember we was in one of the stores acting up, not much, but acting up. Mm-hmm. And it was like at the point where I'm like, I'll smack the fuck out you. Like, I was at that point, right? So I'm like, you lucky these people behind me in the store and we in public because I'll go to jail.
Right now.
The dude behind me goes, I don't mind. I fucking loved it. I was like, you an old school cat, right? I like that, right?
We like that right there.
You know?
Because you can't, man. You can't let these kids go unchecked, man. And because unchecked behavior turns into, like adult unchecked behavior.
This is a question,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. With my son. I have another one now, right, baby? Mm-hmm. But I remember I at the time, I wanted a daughter because I just didn't think I could love another boy the same way I love my son. My son, man, that guy, like, like everything I ever wanted, like he's fucking my mini-me.
Right.
Right? But with like that, I've had moments where I should really get on his fucking ass, but I don't want to. Because I love that little guy. Like, he doesn't do a lot of wrong. He's a very good kid. However, that's how I learned who I am today. These scenarios.
Yeah.
Right? So I got to get on his ass. So I get on his ass. And I'm fucking hate it, right? I'm like, I feel worse than fucking he does. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, I feel worse than he does.
Those are the moments that you have to do, right? We can't be friends all the time, man.
No, you can't, man. And no, that's another good topic right there too, man. It's like, are you supposed to be your kid's best friend? Are you supposed to be your kid's like best friend?
Okay,
like,
with that,
besties? Like, can they talk to you in the same fashion that they would talk to their friends? You know what I mean?
With that convo, I've got a lot of different responses on this.
Okay.
Me and my son say, bruh. I'm like, bruh, you fucking serious?
Okay.
He'd be like, bruh, we do it.
But
it started with a video game. Is what it started.
Got you.
We on, that don't bother me. I've had people go, oh, that's disrespectful. Not to me.
Is it in the context as in which it's used? Like, so let's say, like, you guys are playing video games. Bruh, that was a foul play. And he says that.
Yeah.
Or if you're like, son, take out the trash. Bruh, I did it yesterday.
Absolutely fucking no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
It's contextual, you know what I mean?
So, it's fucking awesome you said that because it brings me up. I always remember this one because I fuck around a lot. I joke a lot.
Yeah.
You know, my son's starting to gather. He gets it. But there was a moment like that. Some with the trash, whatever. Take out the trash. And he kind of commented, and I got mad. I'm like, you better, da-da-da. He goes, I'm sorry, Dad. I thought you were playing with me. Right? And it was like the perfect response.
Right.
Because the respect was there. It was like, I thought we were fucking around. Now that I know we're not, I'm gonna do what you told me to do.
Yes.
Right, and that's all I'm seeing.
And you know, and that's why I feel with that too. Like I tell me and my son, we do that all the time too, because we play games like Roblox, Fortnite, and everything else. Bro, Dad, bro, I was playing the game and everything else. Cool. Hey man, bro, whatever. But when it comes down to certain things, hey son, you know, I need you to get down and do the hunger. Oh, bro, I just did it. Excuse me?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Ain't playing.
Me and my kids, the word excuse me that comes out of my mouth means so much to them. Like it means like, yo, you got 5 seconds to comply with.
Say that shit again.
Say that shit again. When they say something, excuse me.
Yeah.
No, Dad. Okay, no worries. I just get smiling again, like it's
awesome.
all right. But I get what you're saying. Like, being my kids' friends. I always tell my kids, you know what? You do have a friend in me. You will always have a friend in me. Yeah. Open door policy. I want my kids to be comfortable to me. I want my kids to be comfortable coming to me to talk about me about all aspects of their life, what happens at school. Anything and everything. I don't want there to be like no boundaries that my kids feel like if I talk to my dad about this, he's gonna get upset. No, I'm not. I'm gonna get upset if you don't talk to me about it. I'd rather you tell me and I process it however I do, but I'd rather you tell me about it. You have a friend in me, but just remember, I'm not your friend. Like I'm not your buddy.
Not the homie.
Yeah, I'm not the homie. What we have when we playful in this realm of when we're hanging out, we're cool, we're friends, we're buddies. But yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man, because I've seen a lot of I've been on a lot of cats, man, and like their kids walking there, oh bro, dad, you know, oh homie, and I'm like, man,
I've heard a lot of parents different.
Yeah.
You know, so it is different. But with the whole friend thing, 100%. Like with my dad, we weren't friends, like, you know, and I wish we was, right? I've told the story plenty, maybe in the Dadpod too, but I always remember I was like 15, 16, and my dad like, you know, when you start to have sex and stuff, you know, let me know, get you some condoms and this. So I'm at that point, I'm like, I need some condoms. My dad smacked me in my head. You two, you don't need no goddamn. What you have sex for? Like, right? Again, my dad was the way he was. It wasn't a serious matter, but those kind of things where I'm saying the mix between friend and actual parent. Like my dad was definitely more parent. However, he definitely, you know, made me feel a certain way. And so, like I was saying, with us being parents, right? That's the goal.
And no, that's what it is. You
discipline, but
gotta have the balance. It's a balance, man. Or we gotta have the balance, man. You know, you can't just be. I can't be super serious parent all the time because I do want my kid. I mean, we're in 2024, man. It's a different year, but
absolutely.
I also want my kids to be disciplined as well because I've seen too many kids nowadays that are just like way too outlandish, and I'm just like, yeah, son, you can't act like that again because I'll fuck you up.
My boy John, right? Or you know John?
Yeah.
He's a teacher. The first year he was a teacher, he told me a couple stories. I'm like, whew, that'd have been hard, right? You know, you got this fucking 16-year-old that's like, do something in your face, and it's like, whew. You know, but like you're saying, a lot of these kids didn't have a father.
Yeah.
And, you know, or they did and they saw their father act a certain way.
Yes.
You know, and that's kind of where we're at. But anyway, I don't want to keep going too much. We're already 30-something minutes in.
Yeah.
Was a good one. Peace, Dadpod.
Y'all have a great one, man. We'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace, love, and hair grease.